The Vögele MT3000 is a PowerFeeder conveyor that weighs about 24 tonnes and can process up to 1200 tonnes of material per hour. Its main use is to be able to deliver asphalt to places that trucks can't reach. This model is in the colours of Eurovia, which is part of the Vancy group, and it comes in a Eurovia branded box. Inside is the usual expanded polystyrene trays, and there's also a small brochure which is a reprint of some Vögele documentation, and it's very good to have that kind of information provided with the model, because it's got interesting photos and specifications. Lifting off the top tray of the box gives you access to the model, and it's nice to see it wrapped in some soft paper to protect the paintwork. And when you remove that, you can lift the model out of the box, and it's best just to be careful not to get hold of any delicate parts as you lift it out. There's just one other piece of packaging to remove, and with that the model is complete. There's no assembly to do. Looking underneath, the rubber tracks have got a profile, and it's good to see the main material belt modelled in rubber. The underside of the conveyor has also got an interesting mesh grille. The tracks are mounted on simple track frames which mirror those of the original machine. At the front, the hopper and the material screws are all nicely modelled in metal, and the Eurovia graphics on the side of the body are nice and sharp. The handrails are metal, as is the canopy, and it's got some silvered work lights painted on. The operator's area is very good. It's got a textured non-slip surface on the floor, and the console is really detailed. The detailing around the pivot point is very good, and it's enhanced by the soft rubber hydraulic hoses. The conveyor structure is modelled well, and it's also got a soft material cover. The conveyor has also got a realistic rubber belt, and at the end there are a couple of work lights detailed. To get the model to the test track, we'll bring it in on a low loader just like the real machine, and then use a giant hand to lift it off. The canopy roof folds down to reduce the transport headroom so it can be lifted up to start work, and the hopper sides can be opened up too. The model has got rubber tracks, so they grip well, but they are very stiff, and it's therefore difficult to roll the model along. You can move the tracks easy enough by your fingers though, so maybe it's a matter of just stretching them a little bit and running them in. And after a short amount of flexing they do roll better in a straight line, but you need to apply quite a bit of downward pressure. At the front, the hopper's got a pivoting bar with loose rollers for engaging a tipper truck, and the hopper floor is also hinged so it raises up to force material onto the belt. The rubber flaps are also a nice little detail on the hopper. One particularly good feature of this model is that it's got opening panel covers, and these let you see various bits of equipment and the engine inside. These interior details are not made up of lots of separate parts, in fact they're just the casting carefully painted to highlight detail. And that looks pretty effective, and there are opening panels on both sides of the machine, so there are 4 in all, and the hinges on the panel covers are pretty good because they stay open when you lift them up, which is also quite nice. As with many other Vögele models, the features around the operator's area are very good. The operator's seats on both sides pull out so that they can get a better view forwards, and there are also extendable sections in the canopy above. Another extra feature on this model is that the operator's seat can rotate in its position, and the control console is on a rail so it moves side to side, and it can also rotate. The mechanisms that facilitate the movement of the conveyor work very well, and it can move from side to side and reach a good angle. And you can also raise the level of the conveyor up or lower it down for transport. One nice aspect of a model like this is that you can pose it with others, so if you get a Eurovia branded tipper truck and also another Eurovia branded paver, you can then set up a realistic work formation. All you then need to do is to cook up some hot bitumen, and then you could smell the worksite as well as see it. In summary, NZG have produced a very high quality model of an interesting and unusual machine. The details are interesting and it's got very many features. It looks good in Eurovia colours and poses well with other models. It's outstanding.